There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my...
People, first of all, they say in Hollywood, like that's a place. We're in the movie business, and we live in Los Angeles. But I'm not in Hollywood. No, there's no place where Hollywood people, or maybe there is a place where Hollywood people meet, but I don't go there.
Denzel Washington stands apart from many artists in the industry by maintaining unwavering integrity, refusing to compromise for the sake of money or fame. From his modest start as a television actor, Denzel has risen to become a trailblazer, earning respect and success through his genuine intentions and dedication to his craft. Despite humble beginnings, Denzel's career has soared to remarkable heights, culminating in becoming only the second African-American to win the prestigious Oscar for Best Actor. Yet, his influence extends far beyond accolades. He brings real-life characters to life on screen with exceptional grace, showcasing a passion that transcends mere fiction.
Difficulty of making a movie. I'm like, send your son to Iraq. That's difficult. It's just a movie. It's like, relax.
He's a virtuoso in the delicate art of cinema, deftly navigating racially charged subject matter that captivates audiences and leaves them hungry for more. But there's more to this cinematic maestro. He isn't limited to poignant dramas alone. He also excels at crafting gripping thrillers that resonate strongly at the box office. It's his portrayal of real-life heroes and his fearless exploration of racially sensitive narratives that have firmly cemented his legacy in the annals of cinema.
I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like. That's a cultural difference.
Denzel Washington's rise from a small-town upbringing near New York City to Hollywood stardom is undeniably extraordinary. Born on December 28, 1954, he initially pursued journalism at Fordham University in 1977. However, destiny steered him towards acting, a path he embraced with passion. Moving to San Francisco, he honed his craft at the American Conservatory Theater. Intriguingly, Washington has hinted at a preference for theater and directing over acting in movies, citing concerns about the formulaic nature of many films. Despite this, he swiftly transitioned from aspiring actor to television sensation, captivating audiences with his commanding presence and versatile performances. His portrayal of Dr. Philip Chandler in the esteemed medical drama Saint Elsewhere won hearts during its impressive 6-year run. Nevertheless, Washington's journey in the industry raises thought-provoking questions. Despite his undeniable talent and success, why does it seem that the industry may not fully embrace or perhaps even fear him?
Doctors, but no one ever mentioned that you were a bigot.
No, you don't get it.
Washington got into movies with his first role in the 1981 comedy Carbon Copy. He played a long-lost son in this film whose father was a respected businessman living in an all-white neighborhood. This role set the stage for the powerful and racially charged characters he would become known for throughout his career.
I looked at you in that big office and I kind of went crazy inside. I said to myself, this is the man who broke Mama's heart.
Denzel's career took a major turn when he won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in the 1989 film Glory, a powerful historical drama where he played a runaway slave turned Confederate soldier. After that, he delivered an Oscar-nominated performance as African-American activist and Black nationalist leader Malcolm X in the 1992 film named after the iconic leader.
Good. God is great. God is great. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. 40 years I've been chasing Sydney. They finally give it to me. What do? They give it to him the same night.
Washington was really set on breaking out of being typecast. Instead of sticking to similar roles, he took on the tough character of a homophobic lawyer representing a client with AIDS in the 1993 movie Philadelphia, co-starring with Tom Hanks.
Hiding an important document, maybe for a few hours, and then making it look like the responsible lawyer misplaced it.
In a captivating 2012 Times Talk interview, Washington shared a remarkable decision he made to turn down a big movie role. It all came down to advice from Hollywood icon Sidney Poitier. Poitier cautioned Washington that accepting the role could seriously affect his image in the industry. Washington explained to the interviewer that the film's content was basically perpetuating racism disguised as comedy. He recalled, "I was offered a part in a movie in 1986. They wanted me to play the N they couldn't K. The character was supposed to be be with a white woman, survive an electric chair, and become a hero. Then they tried to hang him. During the audition, some Jewish people in the room found it funny. I compared it to bringing Jews into a room that they think is a shower, but it's actually gas. They agreed it wasn't funny. Washington turned to Portier for advice. He told him about the $600,000 offer for this role. Portier replied, "I won't tell you what to do, but the first few films you do will shape how people see you." Following Portier's wisdom, Washington declined the role and patiently waited. Eventually, he landed the lead in Cry Freedom, the 1987 film about South African activist Stephen Biko. This pivotal role not only earned him his first Oscar nomination, but also completely redirected his career path.
It could have gone an entirely, you never know. It could have gone, my whole career could have gone an entirely different way, a different way.
Okay. Yeah. In the 1990s, Denzel Washington solidified his position as one of Hollywood's most respected actors. His remarkable portrayal of Malcolm X in Spike Lee's film earned him his third Academy Award nomination. However, another 90s thriller achieved even greater success, David Fincher's C7N, released in 1995, starring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman in key roles. Interestingly, Washington was initially considered for the role of Detective David Mills, which ultimately went to Brad Pitt. The film revolves around Detectives Mills and William Somerset as they hunt down a serial killer who models his on the 7 deadly sins.
And Seven, the movie Seven, the part that Brad Pitt played, they asked me first, and I just thought, this is so dark. And I saw the movie.
C7N went on to become a massive success, grossing over $327 million worldwide and ranking as the 7th highest grossing film of 1995. At the time, director David Fincher was still rebounding from the disappointment of his previous project, Alien 3, and his career trajectory was not yet evident. When Denzel Washington was initially offered the lead role in C7N, he made the decision to turn it down, unaware of Fincher's future success. Washington later admitted that he didn't think the film would attract much attention, saying, "I just didn't think anybody was going to see it. I don't know what I made instead. I can't remember, but I turned C7 down. I guess Brad Pitt is happy about that." Despite starring in 3 films in 1995, Crimson Tide, Virtuosity, and Devil in a Blue Dress, none of them achieved the level of success that C7N did. Watching Fincher's film later, Washington experienced a moment of regret, acknowledging that he had missed out on something special. However, Washington maintains a gracious attitude about the situation, recognizing that the role ultimately belonged to Brad Pitt and was a perfect fit for him. Despite this missed opportunity, Denzel Washington's career continued to flourish with diverse roles. He starred opposite Julia Roberts in the popular thriller The Pelican Brief and made headlines during the filming of Virtuosity in 1995 when he refused to perform an interracial kiss scene, expressing concerns about the audience's response.
He's literally just trying to kind of hold me up while I'm falling apart. We rehearsed the scene and the director said, "Oh, we're going to be really far away shooting this. You could be mops."
So, one thing is clear, that Denzel Washington is a real family guy who's always looked out for his wife and kids. Unlike a lot of other actors, he's made an effort to keep his family away from the Hollywood spotlight. Denzel and his wife Pauletta have a special kind of Hollywood marriage. They've been together for 36 years, which is rare in that world where many celebrity couples face constant challenges. They've done a great job of keeping their family down to earth and out of the usual public drama that comes with Hollywood.
Because I don't know. I got a good woman, that's the first thing.
Despite all their children being involved in the entertainment industry, Denzel and Pauletta have managed to maintain a balance that allows their kids to live relatively private lives. Denzel's daughter, who has intentionally stayed out of the public eye, reflects the family's deliberate choice to shield their children from the pressures and downsides of fame. Denzel's approach to raising his family away from the Hollywood spotlight has earned him respect from the media, known for its intrusion into celebrities' private lives. By prioritizing privacy and normalcy for his family, Denzel has set an example of how to handle fame while maintaining personal integrity and family values. Their second child, Katia Washington, has ventured into the movie industry with multiple roles in acting and directing. With her background, she naturally connects with the movie business and aims to explore it fully. Katia has primarily engaged in roles behind the camera, associating herself with acclaimed film projects. As of now, Katia has not pursued acting roles like her siblings Olivia and John David, but she has taken on various roles in filmmaking. She maintains a reclusive profile and has limited social media exposure. No reliable or official social media handles have been detected for her yet.
Lady in the blue. Lady in the blue. Lady in the blue right there. Come in right here. Love to have. You love to have.
Katia Washington has managed to keep her life remarkably private, even eschewing any presence on social media. Despite her behind-the-scenes approach, Katia has leveraged her talents effectively in the movie industry, amassing a net worth of $2 million in a relatively short time. Growing up as the child of famous parents isn't easy, especially when your parent is Denzel Washington. Katia likely faced high expectations when she entered the movie business, prompting her to prioritize education before embarking on her career. Speaking of Denzel's career, in 1999, he earned a Golden Globe for his role in The Hurricane, a film based on boxer Reuben "Hurricane" Carter's unjust incarceration. Despite debates over the film's accuracy, Denzel's commitment to impactful storytelling was unwavering. In Remember the Titans, Denzel portrayed Herman Boone, the coach who united a racially divided high school football team, adding another powerful chapter to his career of portraying true stories. The pinnacle of Denzel's career came with his role as a rogue LAPD cop in Training Day, which earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor. This achievement made him only the second African-American actor, after Sidney Poitier, to receive this prestigious honor.
I'm home and we celebrate. Well, I'm coming home, we're celebrating. God bless.
Denzel Washington has been outspoken about the perceived unfairness in the Oscars and the entertainment industry at large. He openly shared his own experiences of disappointment at the Oscars, recounting moments when his name was expected to be called but wasn't. Despite these challenges, Denzel's advice is straightforward: just do the best you can do. He acknowledges the realities of discrimination, but emphasizes the importance of perseverance, rather than giving in to excuses. Regarding criticism of the Oscars' lack of diversity, Denzel's response is firm. He acknowledges the existence of bias, but suggests that dwelling on excuses isn't productive. Instead, he advocates focusing on personal excellence. Recent years have seen the Academy facing scrutiny for lack of diversity in nominations, but there's hope for change, especially with films like Fences gaining recognition for exceptional performances by actors of color. When asked about the criticism surrounding the Oscars' lack of diversity, Washington shared his perspective, saying, "I've lived it. I've been the guy at the Oscars without my name being called, when my name is called, when everybody thought they were going to call my name and they didn't." For those who believe the Academy's process is unfair, his response was resolute, stating, "Yeah, and so what? You gonna give up? If you're looking for an excuse, you'll find one." As for whether race is being used as an excuse, Washington maintained, "You can find it wherever you like. Can't live like that. Just do the best you can do." Denzel's impact extends beyond acting. He also ventured into directing with Antwone Fisher in 2002. In this autobiographical drama, he not only directed but also played the role of Dr. Jerome Davenport, a naval psychiatrist guiding the troubled sailor Antwone Fisher.
So, Dr. Davenport, sent him to the gym?
Denzel Washington has taken on quite the range of roles throughout his career. He's known for digging into truth-based and racially charged stories, but also shows off his action chops in thrillers like Out of Time, Deja Vu, Inside Man, and in remakes such as The Manchurian Candidate and The Taking of Pelham 123. Then in 2010, he jumped into the R-rated post-apocalyptic world with The Book of Eli, which was a departure from his usual gigs. Washington's career is pretty incredible, with his knack for transforming into all sorts of characters, from historical figures to deep layered individuals. He's earned his spot as one of Hollywood's most respected and versatile actors, not shying away from addressing race, injustice, and the complexities of humanity on the big screen.
He said, the less, the more. And I never forgot that. Less is more for an actor. That doesn't mean you're not doing anything, but I just took that approach.
Denzel Washington's courage in addressing racism is commendable, and he has indeed taken actions that few would dare to undertake. Regrettably, he hasn't been exempt from experiencing racism, even within the entertainment industry and film world. A particularly distressing incident emerged when he became the focus of the Sony Pictures hack. Shockingly, executives within the company discussed that he should not be considered for lead roles in international films simply because he is Black. This discriminatory sentiment was conveyed in emails following the release of his movie, The Equalizer. An unnamed producer expressed this disturbing viewpoint to Sony chairman Michael Linton, who was urged to consider the gravity of this comment's inappropriateness or provocation. "I am not saying The Equalizer should not have been made or that African-American actors should not have been used. I personally think Denzel Washington is the best actor of his generation," wrote the producer. Casting him as saying, "We're okay with a double baseball term if the picture works. He's reliable at the domestic box office, safe, but has not had a huge success in years. I believe whenever possible, the non-event pictures, extra bets, should have a large inherent upside and be made for the right price. Here there isn't a large inherent upside. Despite achieving a substantial global box office gross of $191 million, with nearly half of all ticket sales originating from international markets, the leaked emails shockingly contended that the overseas earnings were insufficient due to Denzel Washington's race. This unfortunate revelation underscores the persistence of racial biases and prejudice, even in the face of undeniable success. I believe that the international motion picture audience is racist. In general, pictures with an African-American lead don't play well overseas, the producer continued. Denzel Washington's own account further underscores the mistreatment he endured. During a conversation at TIFF, he disclosed an unsettling incident from about 3 decades ago in Boston. He and his wife, Pauletta, were in town for one of her plays, and while at their hotel, they were mistakenly assumed to be a P&S worker by a group of people. This misunderstanding led to a physical altercation, prompting the involvement of security. Additionally, Washington shared that while walking to one of his wife's shows on another occasion, he was subjected to a racial slur, being called the N-word.
You know, race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are, I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now.
He recalled a painful childhood memory from Florida, where he was subjected to racial slurs, a moment that deeply affected him. His mother had to explain the hurtful term to him, marking an early encounter with prejudice that shaped his understanding of the world. In his speeches, Denzel Washington consistently warns future generations that racism persists because youth are still being taught to hold biases. While he dreams of a world without racism, he believes a new generation is being raised with racist views, underscoring the ongoing challenge of confronting and overcoming prejudice and discrimination.
You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about each other and engage.
In a rare interview, Morgan Freeman openly expressed his admiration and envy for Denzel Washington's career trajectory. Freeman revealed, "I'm very envious of Denzel's career because he's doing exactly what I wanted to do." Freeman further disclosed that he recently spoke with Washington, who shared his feeling of being in the autumn of life while maintaining a strong ambition. Denzel actively seeks out collaborations with esteemed directors like Paul Thomas Anderson and Steve McQueen, demonstrating his enduring passion and drive to pursue compelling projects.
Denzel and I were in a Joseph Pack production of Coriolanus. I was the lead.
Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman, both icons in Hollywood and close friends, have consistently supported each other through various challenges. Denzel proudly embraces his Black identity, but emphasizes that his identity shouldn't define him entirely. Morgan Freeman shares this sentiment, believing strongly that he should not be pigeonholed by his race alone. Washington has spoken about the lack of serious Black actors to look up to in their early careers, highlighting the challenges they faced in the industry. According to Washington, "We were very serious actors, and there weren't a lot of serious Black actors for us to emulate, to follow, to admire." Both actors stress that their contributions extend beyond racial categories. They emphasize their talents and achievements as multifaceted individuals, refusing to be confined by narrow labels. Their shared message underscores the importance of recognizing talent, perseverance, and the desire to be appreciated for their artistry and character, irrespective of their skin color.
What I actually said to Denzel was, "You're that brilliant young actor just out of Fordham University."
It's an intriguing question about whether Hollywood has embraced and promoted the lessons Denzel Washington learned during his career. Washington has indeed spoken about the challenges and truths within the industry, highlighting issues like bias and authoritarianism. His perspective sheds light on the complexities of navigating Hollywood, particularly for actors of color. Similarly, Dave Chappelle's experiences offer a nuanced view of Hollywood. He has openly shared stories that expose the less glamorous aspects of the industry, revealing how power dynamics can affect artists. Chappelle's insights reflect a broader conversation about the realities faced by entertainers, highlighting the importance of acknowledging both the positives and negatives of Hollywood culture.
It was so much money. How could you do that? And blah, blah, blah. But you know, if I had taken that money and finished the show, I would have got the money, but I might never have been the same.
It's unfortunately true that Hollywood has a history of racist and discriminatory practices. Black actors often face greater challenges and obstacles in accessing opportunities compared to others in the industry. Addressing these deep-seated issues of systemic oppression won't be quick or easy, especially since those in power continue to exert control over the industry. The struggle for equality and fair representation in Hollywood is ongoing, and it requires sustained effort and advocacy to bring about meaningful change. change. Despite the obstacles, many in the industry are working towards creating a more inclusive and equitable environment for all actors and creators.
According to Chappelle and Tolan, the executives at Fox suggested changing the lead female character from black to white.
Rather than embracing greater inclusivity for minorities and black individuals, the executives at Fox took a different approach, focusing on increasing inclusion for white individuals, even within a show led by a black man. Dave Chappelle asserts that he was the driving force behind every aspect of his own Chappelle show.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories of what happened.
Nonetheless, he received a directive to alter the show's lead cast to feature a white woman. Dave Chappelle had a strong desire for black representation in his show, given his substantial contributions to its success. He found it disheartening to be excluded from such critical decisions. This decision to change the cast left Dave deeply disillusioned. At the time, numerous shows featured all-white casts without raising any concerns. However, when a black man created a show aimed at representing his community by casting black individuals, the executives suddenly raised objections. Dave openly discussed this issue in an interview. He said, "They fly me out for a creative meeting. I'm in a room full of white people, and they proceed to tell me why we need more white people on the show, so it can have a more universal appeal." In a landscape with numerous shows targeting white audiences, Dave was pressured to reshape his show to accommodate the perspectives of white viewers. This network built itself on black viewers, and what they're saying is white people are narcissistic. They don't want to watch black people, they want to watch themselves. It tells every black artist, no matter what you do, you need whites to succeed. I felt like I was beaten up and completely degraded. It's disgusting, and it made me want to vomit. The executive producer of the show, Peter Tolan, was in full agreement with Dave's perspective. The racial biases within Fox Entertainment had deeply disappointed both Tolan and Dave. Tolan openly addressed the issue, stating, "We were trying to do a realistic depiction of Dave's life, not a black show, but a smart, funny show that happened to be black. But Fox said there needs to be more white faces." Basically, Dave Chappelle cannot appear on Fox TV unless Whitey gets him in the door. It's embarrassing, and I realized I couldn't do it. I felt morally it was wrong. With the producer sharing Dave's disapproval, the question arises, who was behind these proposed changes? This incident served as a significant eye-opener for Dave, revealing the power dynamics within the industry. Despite these allegations, the higher-ups at Fox Entertainment vehemently denied any intention of racism, insisting that their suggestions were innocent in nature. The Fox network respects the unique perspective and integrity of each member of its audience, and to suggest anything less is disturbing and upsetting in light of our past, present, and future efforts. Dave was so disturbed by this incident that he did a special focusing on the issue of racism.
Traveling has made me a racism connoisseur, if you will. You know, it's different from region to region.
Being a skilled comedian, Dave used humor and a lighthearted approach to address this issue. But the fact that he raised it in the first place underscores his genuine frustration and anger. Racism remains pervasive in Hollywood, and the executives and higher-ups have often played a role in perpetuating this imbalance. Dave's anger stemmed from the realization that despite years of hard work and perseverance, his first major opportunity was marred by the interference of Hollywood elites solely due to the color of his skin.
I can't believe someone did that to me.
People are just as angry as Dave, as some of them have taken to social media to highlight just how much Hollywood is responsible for racism in the industry. One Twitter user wrote, "Why do you think our people have just started to formally break into Hollywood? Like en masse in 2019? Maybe it's because it's racism. This is racism. Natives have and continue to be held back, actively in Hollywood, from telling our stories. Because one crack, the dam breaks." To many people, it started to make sense what Denzel went through during his early time in this industry. One person wrote, "I love Denzel. He knows he's black, he's proud of it, and he's a terrific actor. But the difference with him is that he seems to rise above a lot of the BS that Hollywood portrays to the world. He's a realist and seems a damn decent man. He's obviously an intellect and well-read, but talks cleverly and not hysterically. That's why people listen." The other guy, who is 59, wow, he's got some decent genes in his family. Another one added, "This is exactly why some people show a difference and some people push their difference. Denzel is showing a difference and explaining it without any aggression or side agenda. Well done, sir." One more person added, "Denzel nails the difference between race and culture better than I've heard anyone of his stature ever. He just became my favorite celebrity ever, a guiding light in our troubled times." Denzel Washington has always emphasized that a thorough understanding of culture cultural issues through education is paramount. He issues a stark warning that if the younger generations aren't properly educated about the sensitive topic of racism, it could spell imminent trouble for the future of the entertainment industry. But it seems like this thing smells unpleasant for the elites of this industry, and they never acknowledged his learnings and teachings.
Well, it starts in the home. You know, if the father's not in the home, the boy will find the father in the streets. Yeah, I saw it in my generation and every generation.
Denzel Washington's remarkable ascent to global acclaim as an actor is intricately linked to his challenging upbringing, which profoundly influenced his career trajectory. His early life experiences have endowed him with exceptional maturity, evident not only in his acting but also in his character. Furthermore, Denzel's deep-rooted faith adds a unique dimension to his persona in the often turbulent world of Hollywood. The question arises, can Denzel Washington emerge as a dominant force in the industry? Only time will reveal the answer to this speculation. Despite increasing rumors of industry attempts to sideline him due to his outspoken nature and industry revelations, Denzel continues to excel in his craft and inspire audiences worldwide. Denzel's impact on the industry may indeed expand, cementing his position as a significant figure in Hollywood. Anyways, that's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.